Yeah, man, we were talking about all kinds of random shit.
Just random stupid shit, right? Yeah, no.
Fuck, bro. Like,
The main thing that I want to do for this podcast is I mainly just want to unpack stories. And I feel like since I've known you guys like for like ever, and I've seen you guys grow from the beginning, it's honestly really compelling because I'm right there with you guys. So, there's something powerful in watching stuff like that, like because you're able to grow together opposed to compete with each other, and I think that's one of the biggest things that entrepreneurs face, where they constantly want to badger, or they want to seem like they're farther, but in reality, we're all learning shit at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And there's enough money for us all to get to at the end of the day. I feel like I felt that though before, like, you see someone doing good and then you get that little bit like, oh man, I should be doing that too. And then you get a little bit jealous, but then you're like,
it's not for you, right?
Yeah, it's not for you. And I'm on a different path and I have my own things, but I was just like, I had to check myself too. And I was like, bro, like you're only really kind of jealous is because you want that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting a life that's like that.
No,
either.
there's nothing wrong with you wanting a life that someone else has.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it is you trying to belittle that person, or trying to like break them down or whatever, right? Yeah. But there's something powerful in watching people around you grow into what they were always meant to be. And today's not just a podcast; it's a blueprint for becoming unbreakable. And these two guys here are the firm foundation for that. So today I brought in two of my closest friends for a double feature. I normally don't. I'm not a big fan of double features, but since you guys are the homies, I definitely want to put you guys on, and I want to unpack your guys' stories. So one went from Walmart to owning a wellness facility, and now preparing for chiropractic school, which is phenomenal. The other worked from job to job, almost gave up on HVAC, and now is certified, yes. which is badass, and still managed to become a competitive bodybuilder, which a lot of people can't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah, that shit's hard, bro. I do that shit too. That
shit sucks, I was about to say, like, you did pretty
tiring.
I was about to say, like, you did that shit too. So
that wasn't fun for me.
But yeah, these aren't just stories. These are actual like frameworks. And when I say a framework, it means that you can actually break it down. You can actually do it yourself. You can actually figure out how to walk that kind of step, but do it your way. Because at the end of the day, like, we can't copy somebody else. It's just reality.
You can't copy and paste it every time.
At the end of the day, we're not influencers. We're builders, and we're all currently building the life that we want. And
that's for sure.
And at the end of the day, like, if whoever wants to hate on that, that's on you. To dive into this podcast, segment 1, and it's literally what I want to get into, especially with Lucas, is a mindset and identity. The silent discipline, and like literally no one talks about it, but what does that look like for you? Since like now that you're a father, like now you have your own wellness center, like what does that look like for you?
Well, discipline to me looks like showing up on the days even when you don't feel like doing the shit that you need to do. I feel like our brains are like super good at like what's the word I'm looking for? Creating scenarios on why you shouldn't be able to do something.
Yeah. Like it
makes so much sense.
That's the fucking truth.
And like your brain's so good at convincing you, like, well, fuck, man, I gotta work out and I gotta do all this stuff, but I don't really feel like it, and I gotta do this homework and I gotta do this. I gotta go home and be present and all this stuff. But discipline to me, man, is just showing up and doing the shit that you don't want to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And I think discipline is a key facilitator in confidence and self-esteem. I feel like people don't correlate those two enough.
Right.
But to not be disciplined, you're probably not going to have a very high self-esteem.
No, dude.
And you're not going to probably have like high levels of confidence in the real world.
Like, I genuinely believe that like without discipline, there's no motivation. Without motivation, there's no discipline. Because at some point, the motivation just fizzles out.
Yeah, motivation's very superficial, and motivation feels cool when it's there.
It's sick, right?
It's sick. I love being motivated. Yeah, I love feeling motivated, but it is temporary, and it is cool in the moment, but it doesn't last, and that's where discipline does come into the play.
I definitely think that that's a lot of people's problems too. Or like if we're talking about discipline, like people start something, and then they're like, oh, cool, this is dope. And then once it starts getting harder, once you don't have that feeling that you don't want to do it anymore, you stop doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, like...
Yeah. And that's where discipline comes into play, because with discipline breeds consistency. You know what I mean? Because if you're disciplined with something, that means you're staying consistent.
No, yeah, like, dude, like, there's been multiple days where I do content for a living. I cut hair for a living and all that. And I would be lying to you if I don't want to cut hair sometimes.
Oh yeah,
you know what
same
I mean?
here. Same
or I don't want to post some. You know what I mean?
Same goes here. But yeah, no, for sure.
I definitely be lying. Like there's literally this whole week actually has been like very like stagnant for me because ever since like I'm trying to like delegate work and trying to find ways to buy my time back, and like I'm just so busy with trying to figure that out on top of raising a family, because I'm sure you can relate to that. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, you know. But like I guess I want to ask you the same thing. What does that look like for you, since like now that you're going to like into the HVAC field, and like what made you keep going? Because I mean, from what I know about you, like you've had a lot of trials.
Yeah.
Constantly. So like, what does that look like for you?
I mean, not every day is gonna be perfect, but you have to make it perfect.
Right.
And there's gonna be challenges, but sometimes I do love challenges. And I just gotta make sure I do my due diligence and make sure I get through those day-to-day tasks.
Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely want to dive into like your arc too. Like, what was it like in those moments where you felt like, okay, this isn't working, but you still did it anyways?
I say it's the pressure, and I feel like if I get uncomfortable with a few things, I keep myself going, and I tell myself don't stop, because a lot of things that you do that you've done in the past is what you're doing for your future self.
That's 100% correct, bro. Because I mean, like, I can speak from experience, and I'm sure you can too. When it comes to building a future that you're actually proud of, it doesn't come in one day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Like it wasn't built in a day. Like I'm sure those motherfuckers were fucking struggling at one point.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but I definitely think that no matter how hard things get, you have to remind yourself that any kind of pressure is a privilege. And I think that kind of softens the blow a little bit. I mean, like, would you say?
It does. Because I mean, if you're under, you know, what was that quote that I read? It's like, you know, you can't get mad at the grind when the goal was to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get mad that you asked for all of this. You can't like get mad when it's given to you, and now you have to, you know, now you got to show up and you got to follow through, and and that's going back to being disciplined and breeding consistency. You know,
dude,
like, you know, you do what you need to do. You have to. You wanted this. Now it's here. You got to stay disciplined. You got to stay consistent.
I mean, like all the things that we're doing now, like I genuinely believe that we asked for it. Like nobody said, all right, Lucas, today you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be a personal trainer, you're gonna be a massage therapist. Like nobody told you that.
No, right. No one told me that. I didn't even know I needed to do that, to be honest with you. I feel like, you know, like I didn't really know what the hell I wanted to do with my life when I was freaking coming up. Like I just seen all the kids in high school, like, you know, like figuring shit out, and like they're all going to college, and they're like, some knew what they were gonna do, and me, I was like, man, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm not really like, I can't really say I'm too good at one specific skill. Like I was a waiter at the time, just making money. I had a girlfriend. My mind was just in the moment, and I wasn't thinking about the future, and like realizing like I didn't have a plan was scary. Yeah. So I jumped on the first thing that made sense, and I was like, well, I'm kind of good with working with special ed kids, so I'm gonna be a special ed teacher. And I mean, obviously, look at me now. You know, I mean, look at me now. I'm totally not in that position, but you know, I thought that was my passion. But then I learned that passions are kind of bullshit. I don't think anybody really like. I think no one has a passion and follows it. I think passion comes after.
It's a byproduct.
It's a byproduct of getting really, really good at something.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I didn't know I had a passion for fucking cutting hair.
No one wakes up and they're like, oh, you know, like I want to do this. Like someone, you know, a passion's like, man, I want to be a fucking rock star. But you know, like in reality, not everybody's gonna be a fucking rock star. You're not gonna make. If you try to chase that dream or whatever, you know, it might work for some, but it's not gonna work for everybody.
I think when you start chasing things for monetary gain, that becomes the problem, because then you're constantly trying to earn money, and money sometimes, like the money that you get from certain things doesn't determine the value of that person. Yeah. That's just the sad reality of it. But I generally feel like if you're doing something for free and you love doing that, then there's your telltale sign. I'm pretty sure that what you're doing now, you were doing it free for a little bit. Yeah. Passion developed after I started getting good, after my craft. Like I kind of sucked at it. I didn't even like it because at some points I sucked at it. I didn't know, like I was dealing with new clients that I didn't know how to talk to. I had awkward silences. Like I had no shows. I had all of the freaking things, and I sucked at booking. My time management was horrible. Like, you know, I had to learn a bunch of things, but in doing that I started getting better, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, I'm actually getting good at it, and people were like, hey man, you're kind of good at what you do, and I'm seeing results, and I like working with you. And years after years of that, like then it's developed into a passion, and that developed me, you know, wanting to learn more within the field that I'm in. And I was like, this is the field I'm going to be in.
I need to learn as much of this circle as I can, and because if I can, and that's where the passion came, because then I was good at what I was doing, and then with that came autonomy, and then I was able to control my life, and then I was able to do what I needed to do.
That's honestly a pretty cool perspective, because like I've never heard anybody say passion is bullshit, because I understand it now, because it took me back to when I started cutting hair. Like I fucking hated it. I sucked so
no one likes to suck at anything. It sucks to suck. Yeah, it literally sucks to suck.
I suck so bad, but I was so determined to get good at it, because I think the root of it was making people feel good.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
I think that's all why we're doing what we do. At the end of the day, we like helping people, and at the end of the day, I think that's our root cause to be here on Earth, is like to serve people.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And I genuinely believe that sometimes our value is tied to how much we can help people, and sometimes our value is skewed by our own self-belief. I mean, would you say like sometimes we need somebody to tell us like you're this, and this, because you make me feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Because I had a hard time believing that I was able to charge what I'm charging now, and I'm sure you can back that up, right? And it took me a minute to like understand, like, okay, the value that I'm providing is literally worth what I'm doing behind the chair, and that goes back to what you're doing. Like what was like the for both of you guys, I guess I can ask, is what moment was like that moment that was the turning point for both of you? Like that turning, I feel like everybody has a turning point moment. Everybody.
Oh man,
like making people feel good, or
no, like in your like in your career, like what was a turning point that made you, okay, this is what I have to do to get better at this, because if I don't, then I'm gonna continue sucking.
Yeah.
I just got to keep working at it. That's what I kind of did. But the turning point for me was that I just had to like buckle down and know that I suck at it. And I had to ask people for help, and I had to learn.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that I did not, I thought I knew a lot of shit, man. Kind of like we're talking about this podcast. Like, some people might think I'm an expert, but to me, I'm just this freaking, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So like from what Lucas is getting at is there's a term in the podcast world where if you can talk about something for an hour, you're an expert. Regardless of, you might not feel that you're an expert, but people see you that way.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people see me as an expert here. People see you as an expert with fitness and massage therapy. People see you're an expert with HVAC.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about it, that's how people see you. But that's the term that people use in the podcast world, and it's very interesting because. I don't feel like I'm an expert either.
I think arrogance is bred from thinking you know something.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's kind of what I try to stay away from. The minute I think I know something, that's the moment I stop learning something.
Yeah,
that's the mindset I try to carry.
One of the things that bugs me in the barber industry is I can't stand the terminology master barber.
Okay.
I just can't do it, because to me it's like I never want to master barbering. I never want to master anything, because then I stop learning in general.
There's always something you can improve on. There's always something you could do, and by no means does that mean you're not content.
No.
Like you can be content, but there's always someone better. There's always some new technique.
Always gonna say too, like, you should be thankful for what you have. Yeah, I'm thankful.
Of course, for sure. By no means, like,
I feel like we were put on this earth to enjoy literally the best quality that life has to offer, in my opinion.
It looks different for everybody too. Yeah, but back 100%. To your question on like what was the turning point, I think it was just understanding like I need to lock in and just be okay with not knowing, and going through the slow periods, going through me not having any clients, go through the pains of not having
that shit sucks.
What I envisioned, like what I wanted versus what I had at the time was like way off.
Yeah,
we're talking 0 to 100. You know what I mean? But I also trusted. I'm like, man, if I just stay consistent, like if I can just show up every fucking day, something good's gonna come. Kind of like that video we were watching. You know what I mean? Like if you can just stay consistent with what you're doing, show up and still suck, but you still show up, like you're gonna get a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of people want things, they want the result like that.
Yeah, it's all or nothing.
They want the result.
It's not like that at all.
No,
hell no.
Everybody needs to have the mindset of playing the long game, because if you don't play the long game, you're not going to be here very long. If I'm being 100% real with you, like you have to play the long game. Give yourself a realistic time frame. I mean, a lot of people think like, 6 months. No, a little farther. I'm thinking like 5 years in the future.
I'm talking about 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, I feel like even your mind, what you think it is, you got to add like 5 or 10 more years on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you got to think ahead and, short term.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you, Evender, I definitely want you to chime in, because I definitely want your perspective on a lot of that we're talking to. Like, and this is just based off on what me and Lucas know about you, and we know your trials and tribulations. Like, we know that, and I definitely feel like people need to know that, because a lot of people love the that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so like, take us back to the beginning. You know, like, you did bodybuilding, you did. And now you're doing HVAC. What led you to those things, man? Like let's unpack Evender right
Yeah,
now.
honestly, I was working food for less, and I was working a good job. I mean, which I thought it was. I was doing the best I could, but sometimes that's not enough for another person that sees it.
Right.
And I did that bodybuilding show, and I knew I needed something better for myself. And I was working a job where I was working almost every weekend, and I was out there in the heat pushing carts, and some days were just too much for me, and I still pushed through it, and I still had to work out after that shift. And it was hard, like, but I still persevered and made sure I did my due diligence and do the day-to-day task to tell myself, hey, you worked, but the day or night isn't over. So after I learned all that, I was like, I got a job where I got weekends off, which was great. But once I knew I wasn't leveling up there, I took it to a whole new level where I told myself, you need to go to school and do something better for yourself, because you cannot be working these jobs forever.
That's
Because
a good
it
goal.
only gets you so far. And it was hard too, because I was working 8 hours a day. I went to school Tuesday and Thursday. It's not a lot, but coming from Dos Palos, going to Turlock, or no, Modesto,
Oh
and like,
yeah,
no, it's a drive. And honestly,
I remember that
like,
too.
yeah, no, it's tough. And I just told myself, hey, just keep pushing, and all what you're doing for your future self will make sense.
That's honestly, my opinion. That's literally playing the long game, because now, like, what was like your mindset right after you graduated? Like, I know you had some kind of expectations
Yes,
when it came to HVAC, right? Like,
yeah,
like, they promised you all these things and stuff
yeah.
like that. Like,
Expected a job right off the bat, but you just have to stay strong and make sure that you keep doing what you went to school for, even if it's not, um, or just even practicing your craft, even little by little,
yeah,
because all what you're doing now is what's gonna build you up to where you're gonna be in the future.
yeah. Like, so, like, and you said 3 years before you got a job, and
Yeah, yeah,
right,
no, yeah.
yeah, right. Solid 3 years, or was it 2?
I'll say it's like 3 years and a half now.
Okay.
I mean, counting, but I mean, it's not perfect. It's not
Dude,
it's not gonna be handed to
I'm gonna
you.
give you your flowers, Will, because that's phenomenal. Because a lot of people would, like, fold, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of people would fold, bro, and that's dope. Because what kept you from folding? Like, what kept you like, okay, I still want to do this. I'm gonna keep at it. Like, so you were doing jobs on the side too, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so like, what,
helping friends out that
like,
did the same craft as I did,
and you were like learning and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what kept you from like folding, and what kept you from like saying, nah, I can't do this anymore?
There's been times where I'm like, maybe HVAC, what I went to school for, isn't for me, but I did tell myself, just keep doing what you're doing, and things will come, and
That's a discipline that Lucas was
yeah,
talking
like,
about,
you're
dude.
just making sure, just like, I just made sure, like, I couldn't let the people, I couldn't let my family down, telling them like, oh, like, I couldn't let them down with them knowing I went to school for
Right,
for
right.
HVAC, and I'm not working that field. And there's sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm probably never gonna get a job, but
I genuinely think that it was more so of like you didn't want to let yourself down,
exactly.
right? Like, yeah, your family was there rooting for you, but at the end of the day, it's like, you got to pay your bill. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to pay your bills. You got to
Yeah,
put on your
you
big
gotta do
boy.
something,
You got to
you
put your
can't be just sitting at the house,
Yeah, and it's not like HVAC school's free either, right? You know what I
no,
mean?
it's not. It's
You gotta
not.
drop a little back on that still.
Yeah, especially with tools too.
Yeah, you know.
Nothing's cheap in this world. This ride
It's
ain't
not.
free.
Nah,
It ain't a free
True.
ride, you know?
yeah, but that's cool though, because like, so literally what Lucas was saying goes full circle. Like, you have to be disciplined and knowing that it's gonna work. Believe that, because there's two things that you could have done, right? You could have been negative about it, been made other people feel sorry for you, or you could have said, fuck this, I'm gonna make it work, and you're saying, fuck this, I'm gonna make this shit work.
I'm gonna make this work.
No matter how long it takes. And I mean, it just goes to show what happens when you keep at it for a little bit of time. Right?
I love that. I love
that. And just keep showing up to those companies that, like, for me, it took me like 3 or 4 shows to show them I want to work here.
So you were persistent in going.
Yeah, like every other month I'll come by and be like, hey,
like, what's up?
I understand it's slow here, but I'm able to work for free. But they don't do that, But
it's cool. It's cool that you gave them a face. To remember. Like, people are good with faces, bro. Like, I'm good with faces. I'm good. I can remember someone's, before I know their name, right?
Yeah, I'm better with faces instead of names.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you said you were doing side jobs and stuff like that. Like, what did you learn from like those jobs? Like, the good and the bad.
The bad part, I'll say that in school they teach you how the system works, but in the world, in the experience world, like, you're gonna run into some systems that are not built the way you thought it was supposed to be built.
Right.
And some systems are like really hard to work on because the way the installer did or the other person did it the wrong way. But in those situations, you have to sit back and be like, all right, take a deep breather and then do what you can right now and just work on it little by little.
What do I know? What's one thing I can do?
Yeah, well, like, let's see what I can do to help the homeowner feel comfortable. At least give them an answer.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's value, bro. Like that's already building value with what you're doing, because a lot of people would have just been like, I can't figure this out, I'm out. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You didn't do that. You literally was like, I think I can try. Let me try at least. And that's the problem with a lot of people, bro. They don't fucking try.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, because when you said that you walked in like 3 or 4 times, I remember we talked about that before.
Right.
I feel like people do not have that in them and no more nowadays, and they wonder why. No. And they wonder why shit isn't working out. It's like, bro, it's because you think you're doing the effort, but you're really not. Like, did you walk in? Did you shake the owner's hand? Did you try to talk to a manager? Did you like call them up, be like, hey, yo? Like, me personally, I never had any trouble getting jobs. I've never had trouble. Like, I've walked into places and I've gotten hired on the spot, not because like I have any crazy skill trait, but because I show up and I gave them a face and I shook their hand, and I had to learn a lot. I had to learn a lot about like, body language and communication and all that stuff too, which I applied. But like, they want somebody that's eager. They want somebody that's like, not just some kind of guy who's gonna wait for an opportunity. People want someone who's like gonna get it. You know what I mean? Right. No one ever got anything by just waiting around.
Yeah, right. Like, go.
Oh, well, besides those other 3 times that I've been there, I do actually buy parts from where I was trying to get a job from, and that would kind of give me the face as well. Like, it wasn't just that 3 times. Like, the other 3 times were just me looking for a job, but the other times were just to buy parts from that company.
Right.
And just showing up. Even the receptionist was just like that's a face,
Yeah, it's a face. Yeah,
exactly, bro.
But yeah, no, like, back to what Lucas was saying. Like, there's a person A, person B. Person A is the enthusiastic one. No matter what it is, they'll do it. The person B is like, oh, well, do you have a job? I think I can do it.
Put my application in. I mean,
more than that.
like you gotta be persistent with that shit. Like, like I firmly believe that enthusiasm is 1,000% effective, more so than anything. Like, if you show enthusiasm, no matter what it is, like, okay, I might not know this shit, but guess what? I'm gonna fucking learn this shit. Right?
At least do, like, keep trying.
Maybe I can learn it.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm saying. Right,
like, there, versus no, I don't know how. Then you don't get a chance to learn.
Hold it right here, dude. Right here.
Oh, shit.
Bam. No, like a real podcaster.
Dude, you know how to hold a podcast now.
Yeah. See how I'm holding it? You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
But like, okay, so that's just one side of Evender, guys. Like, that's literally just one side of him. And I firmly believe that this man has a fucking mind of steel, because there's something that both of you guys have done this, not just Evender, but bodybuilding. Holy fuck. Like, both of you guys can literally go back and forth on this party hours, but like, and this is a question for both of you guys, if you guys want to just chime in. What does bodybuilding demand of you mentally? Like, I'm sure you guys can like
everything.
Think about yeah, honestly, bodybuilding is it's cool. It's a cool sport. I learned a lot about myself in that time. Me personally, I don't really have any interest in doing that to myself again, because it kind of conflicts with a lot of the values that I currently hold as a health practitioner.
Right.
Because it is very unhealthy of a sport. But I did like the way those guys looked at the time more than I do now. And, it was fun. And it does require a lot of mental resilience. And it's a very hard and it's a sport that literally just stresses discipline. I think.
Yeah,
it's a lot of sport of discipline. Like if I can put it in a nutshell, like
you need a lot of patience.
Do you plan to do another show, Evender?
Yeah, I just have to wait until the time is right, and I'm gonna step on stage again because I do love that. I mean, it is a little. You do look amazing, but it's a little unhealthy. Amazing, you know.
So unhealthy, bro.
Yeah. But I kind of like the feeling of, you know, stressing, but not exactly stressing. Is like, I'm working out, but like I know I'm just a ghost, you know, while I'm working out, you know.
Is it like the toughness that you have to bring with it?
Yeah,
it's you have to be really tough.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, I tried doing it, and like, it's like me personally now, I just want to look good on camera because my job is like based around that now. Yeah. So that's my main thing. I just want to look good on camera. Yeah. Like that's it, and you know, but like. The reason why I ask is because the prep is probably fucking brutal.
Oh yeah,
it's brutal, but that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta expect to freaking like at the time I had a very bad mindset with bodybuilding. Like when I was going through it, like I was very like I feel like I had a victim mentality, and really? I feel like that made it hard for me to.
Like, why are you doing this to me?
No, it was more like, well, I had to eat this, and I'm mad that I have to eat rice and chicken while everybody else is. But it's like, bro, you fucking made the choice to do this. Why are you mad at everybody else for not understanding? Like, I can't expect everybody to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, with that being said, is like. It's not always just rice and chicken. You gotta know what you eat. Yeah, it's not just like you could always find out like what you do or don't like. You know.
Oh, for sure.
You can have pasta. You can have pasta with chicken. You have to look for very low calorie Alfredo sauce out there in the market or anywhere, honestly. But it's all about what you do, what you like and don't like. You don't always have to, even if you're prepping. It doesn't have to be a stressful prep. It doesn't have to look all bland. You can make it look good, and it's good to have like greens in your prep as well to make it look a little colorful, you know.
Because it ain't just black and white, right?
Yeah,
it ain't just black and white.
That's no good right there.
That's no good, man.
No.
But like, so. What were the days like where you had to like just focus on your prep while everyone else was like how you said like victim mentality? You guys should feel sorry for me because I'm eating fucking chicken and rice while y'all eating a pizza.
Right.
Like that's the shit no one sees.
Yeah, I mean I'm not the only person. I see it on the gram all the time with like prep people going through it and they're posting, I'm so tired and weak, I'm on a deficit. Like, bro, well you don't have to be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're choosing to do it. Like
that's like, cool to know because you're a health practitioner now and like how you actually were you experienced bodybuilding, so you know what you're talking about.
That's why I did it too. Partly was like it's like one of those is like as a practitioner, I'm like I want to at least feel what it feels like to go through it, so that way I have more knowledge on it. But no man, and now I don't feel sorry for any of these motherfuckers. Like, hey, you want to do the show, do it, but don't sit here and bitch to me that you're fucking hungry or you're freaking. You chose to do this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like this is your doing. Like you can stop. This doesn't mean that much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It really like not to derail the sport, but like it doesn't change who you are as a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't mean you're a bitch if you don't.
That was funny though.
Not like I do sign myself up for it, but like I love the discipline it puts me through. You know,
and if you're willing to go through that, to each your own. But like my only issues that I'm saying is like don't sit and complain. Don't make me feel bad for you happening. You know what I mean? Like, what's the good of that?
I think just having that victim mentality in general is just annoying.
Oh, it is.
It's
like it's so hard to be around people that have that mentality. If I'm being real, like it's just so fucking annoying because it's like, well, you're choosing not to work. You're choosing not to do the work or XYZ. Like now that I coach barbers, like that's the number one thing that I deal with now is, well, I'm not seeing results from, well, bro, like I told you to post at, like you have to be willing to post at least 3 to 6 months before you start seeing any results. Yeah. Like you post for a week and then you expect the results. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. I'm sure with anything.
No, you got to be able to struggle with purpose.
Yeah, like the purpose of posting content every single day is literally to get new clients or to get new business. But if you're not willing to post for at least 3 to 6 months without no result, then don't even do it.
Yeah, you can say that to the fitness industry too, and like massage therapy. It's like, well, like my shoulder, it's not getting better. Oh, did you do your rehab exercises that we went over?
Yeah.
Did you do your home? Like, I'm not losing weight. I'm not gaining the muscles. Like, oh, did you do your home program that we talked about that you need to do?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it, but
I expect it to happen no matter what.
Yeah. Okay, well that's why. Like, let's not sit and beat around the bush here.
If I'm gonna tie that into like my coaching thing is like barbers think that since they're in a mentorship, they're guaranteed results.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't go to college and you're guaranteed anything.
No.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right?
No. You don't go to trade school expecting a job right off the bat.
You gotta put some work in.
You gotta put some, I think that's when the real game starts.
When the real game starts.
That's when the real game starts. If I'm being real with you, you know, I definitely think discipline is doing what no one does and when no one claps.
Yeah.
Like you got to do that shit regardless if you're not getting any results or getting your flowers for it. Yeah. You know,
for sure.
But that was a cool rant if I'm being honest with you.
I like that. That was good. That was good.
So like, if I'm going back to Lucas now, so you just had your first kid.
I did. Yeah.
About what? About 5 months ago.
It's about to be 5 months this upcoming week. Actually.
So how has becoming a father changed? Like literally everything. Like what changed for you?
A lot of things changed. My mentality in life changed. I think if anything, it's taught me to slow down a little bit.
The stillness, man.
Yeah, taking the moment,
taking the moments, and you know, like life is it's being a driven person, and you know, like always wanting to be better, and like wanting to
right, bro.
You know, you're trying to build a life. You know, it's like learning to slow down and you know, like smell the roses because
He's 5 months now, bro.
He's 5 months now, and it's that 5 months has been the fastest 5 months of my life, man. Yeah. But having him around is such a beautiful thing, and I don't want to miss a single thing. But there's also a balance too, where it's like I also want to keep creating this life,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's like really like what it's taught me is how to slow down, but it's also taught me like you still got to focus on what's important too.
You got to enjoy the fruits of your own labor,
but still finding a way. You can still get where you need to be even if you have that, like, you know what I mean?
That's honestly a cool perspective because a lot of people with no kids don't have that perspective, or they don't know what it's like to have a family. Like it's not just I'm gonna wake up and do nothing now. It's like no, like you have someone to feed now. Like
you can't be starving either, you know.
No, you still got to do what you got to do, like, you know. But no, I am in a blessed scenario where I do have help and I have awesome. I do lean on my tribe when I need to, you know. You know, I know some people aren't as fortunate enough to have that, but I do have a tribe, and you know, I lean on them when I can. And that's another thing I had to learn with fatherhood is being okay with allowing people to help me.
Yeah,
because I'm very like, no, I can do it. I can do everything.
Yeah, no, that's my problem too. Is like I am. That's why I'm in the season of now choosing to delegate a lot of my stuff because I want to spend time with my family, bro. Like, dude, like I think recently I recently went and took a day trip to San Francisco, and if I'm being real with you, that was like. I haven't felt that present in the longest, if I'm being honest with you. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was getting work done without doing the work because I finally have someone doing my work for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, and that goes back to what you were saying. You have to cherish those moments. That right there was the one of the moments that I haven't been that present in a long time. Like I'm present, but like I'm always thinking about work.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That's always gonna be behind your head.
It's always gonna be there.
But like now that but like the whole help thing. Like now that I have help, like I could be 100% present.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
I then that's my next question. Like, how do you deal with like, are you 100% present sometimes, or how do you deal with like having the work in the back of your mind? While having your son,
I really just try. Yeah, it's an active thing,
right?
You have to do. You have to be actively present. And presence just doesn't happen.
That's
then
cool.
You're on autopilot. Like you have to like when I get home, it's like I have to like put my phone down and I have to like, you know, I have to like give me the baby and I have to.
And you want to because
I want to, not because I have to, not because that like that's what I look forward to.
There's some love in it.
I want to do that either way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of just like leaving work at work, you know. And obviously sometimes you do have to bring work home, and sometimes you do have to do that. And you know, sometimes I think it's okay for my son to see me do a few things too. Like, mind you, I'm not just ignoring him or anything like that, but he does need to see that mom and dad has shit to do.
Yeah.
And mom and dad, like when you have something to do, you have to get it done. You can't just put it to the side. And I want him to take that quality on.
It's that good balance.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So like, you're getting ready, prepping up to go to school.
Yeah.
Like that's huge, man. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
So you're preparing to drive to Hayward daily for chiropractic school. Like, what made you take that leap?
I want to continue getting better at what I do.
Awesome.
This is going to facilitate that. This is going to allow me to create better opportunities for what I'm trying to do in the long term as a clinician. It's going to basically it's going to expand the scope of practice in which I can treat patients. Is what this is going to do for me.
I love that.
And the better I can get at what I'm doing, the more problems I can solve, the more value I can bring.
That's awesome.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I definitely. You literally hit it right on the nail on the head when you said, "How can I solve people's problems?" And I think a lot of people that are in the service industry forget that. You too. You're in the service industry too.
We're all in the service industry.
Yeah,
we all have problems to solve.
We all make people feel good.
And one of the things that I've learned, and I'm sure you guys can back this up, is when you solve people that value your work, you have more fun doing it.
Yeah, no,
yeah, sure. You have way more fun doing it. Whether it be people that are generous or people that just see the value in what you do is a great indicator that you're doing something great.
Absolutely, and it only gets better too. You only keep as you level up, you only keep leveling up your clients that you attract to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So, and that leads me to my next thing, and I really want you to think about this one because this one is like a thing, in my opinion. So, what scares you and what excites you about this new chapter that you're about to go into?
Scares me, man, is like I'm gonna be away a lot. I'm gonna be away, and that's not, as a father, like that's really hard for me to kind of accept. Yeah, like I'm gonna be gone from what it's looking like. I don't know what my schedule yet, but it's looking like
all day.
Like I'll probably be leaving the house with my father-in-law around like 4 a.m, and then I won't be getting back in town until like 6, 7. So I'm gonna be getting like 2 hours with my kid a day, probably. You know what I'm saying? So it scares me that like I'm gonna come home one day and like he's gonna not want to be like, oh hey, that's dad. You know, but I know that's not going to happen, but it's like, it's
just a fear.
It's a fear. Like, man, like imagine that, like your kid doesn't want to get held by you because
you're away.
So you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, fuck, that would be horrible.
Yeah. So like, one of the things, because I have that fear too. Like I'm gone all fucking day.
Yeah. You know, like it's like,
it sucks, you know, because my girls, they love me with mom. So when I'm home, you know, I'm like, I'm here just letting you know.
Yeah, dad's in the game too.
You give me some love.
Yeah.
But I think my thing is like at the end of the day, I have responsibility to them regardless of the fact.
Yeah.
The fact that like they don't want to be with dad.
Yeah. And they'll understand eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure
if it's not immediate.
Yeah, I'm sure you can back that up too.
Once they grow up, they're gonna be like, yeah, he really did all that for us.
At the end of the day, bro, you gotta look at it like this. It's not like we're out at the fucking club. It's not like we're fucking out there making it rain.
No,
dude. Like, bro,
it's not getting in trouble.
Everything we're doing is gonna like make our family dynamic better. Everything we're doing is going to eventually lead to building the life that we aspire for our family.
That's
so
awesome.
You know, like, and eventually my son will understand that, you know, and I'm blessed enough too, but I am doing it, and at the time I'm doing it because I'm praying that he just doesn't remember.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's like, fuck,
it'd be a vivid dream.
It'd be like 3 years old.
If I'm being honest with you, like, I mean, what is the time frame for kids to remember stuff? Was like 3, I think.
I mean, think about yourself. I mean, I don't really remember.
I don't remember shit.
I feel like as long as they have a good tribe, like as long as they have a good tribe and they're happy and like they have a good family environment, like I feel like they're gonna be good. Because even though I'm not gonna be there, guess what? Homie's gonna have his grandma. Homie's gonna have tias. Homie's gonna have his grandpa. Like homie, he's gonna get attention. He's gonna get love. I feel like it would be problematic if he was getting neglected.
Yeah, no, he's gonna receive.
That's far from that.
Which is not going to happen.
That's far from that.
That brings me peace with it. What I'm most excited about is how much I'm going to fucking learn, dude. I'll be learning some crazy stuff, man. I'll be learning so much, like beyond belief.
I'm about to lock some fools up, right?
Yeah. I'll be cracking. I'll be learning how to crack. But I mean, my goal is to show people that chiropractic is not just going to get your back cracked. Yes, we do that.
It's wellness.
But it's not going to fix you.
It's that gap between you hurting and then you want to get well. It's that gap that gets filled.
I'm trying to uncover the root, and I'm like going to use other things outside of chiropractic. That's cool.
I'm excited because like I go to you for my massage. So I'm gonna.
It'll be a pure hybrid.
Yeah,
like, it'll be whether
and
it's going to be dependent on what the person needs, whether it's exercise or chiropractic or massage therapy or physical therapy, because I want to have physical therapy on hand. You know, it's like it's just going to be a place where the people can come and
you have a lot of tools underneath your belt.
Yeah, and that way we can help every single person that comes in. The more people we can help, the better.
I love that.
Exactly.
I love that. So this leads me to my next question, and it's crazy because I love this question because I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but I want people to know, and I want people to know and feel convicted. Like, why not just coast? Why not just double down on what you're already doing? Because a lot of people might say, "Oh, you're already successful. Why do you want more?"
Yeah.
But why not just coast?
Man, because I ain't nothing yet. Like, I'm not where I need to be yet. I'm not even close. Like, you know, and it goes back to what we're saying. Because even when I'm done with school, I'm not gonna know how to. I gotta learn how to start my own practice. I gotta learn. Like, am I gonna work for a company that's gonna pay me hella good? I don't know. I gotta figure out a lot of shit still. You know, and even
which is cool. Yeah. That's exciting to think about.
Yeah,
that's exciting to think about.
Like,
it's an exciting fear. It's a lot overwhelming, but it's a good thing because it's gonna push you to be the doctor that you're trying to become.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's one of those things.
It's cool.
There's always room for growth.
There's always room for growth. You know, and it's like I could easily, you know, I could open up a facility now
if you wanted to,
if I wanted to, but I wouldn't be able to do everything I wanted to do legally.
Because
legally,
illegally. Like, we've been friends for almost like 7 years now.
Yeah.
And like I never asked you that. Like, why not just coast? Like you're like a lot of people say like, oh, you're successful. Because I'm the same way, bro. You're already charging $75. You're already charging. No, like I want to continue getting better. I want to get. I want to be able to be confident in charging people more. You know what I'm saying? You know. And it's not about money. It's just more so of my time. Right.
Money's important, man. I think people beat around bush with money too much, man. We like money is essential, bro. We need money in our life. You know, let's not be weird about talking about money.
It's
like
not,
because
you need to eat.
Money can help people. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can also help me build a life that will make me happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I genuinely believe it starts becoming a problem when you start like using it for like a malice or like for bad things.
Oh, for sure. It's when you use it, or if that's your primary, like, it's like if you're extrinsically motivated by just the money only, because then you're never going to be happy.
Like, honestly, like if I'm being real with you, like it's not about convenience. It's about your calling.
It's all about purpose.
About purpose. You know what I mean? You know, and this is gonna shed light on a lot of things, especially for barbers, because us barbers, we stand on our feet all fucking day, bro. And my feet fucking hurt. But I've been getting my feet massaged and my calves massaged, and I feel so great about it. And like I have the varicose veins on my legs already, which is like a barber thing to have. But like I guess my question is, what should barbers be doing to alleviate some of the pain that we feel? Because my hands hurt, my calves hurt, my feet hurt, my shoulder hurts because of cutting all day. So what are some things that you can offer barbers to alleviate?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And a lot of people, it's not a sexy answer. And that's the thing with my field, is like all of the real shit is not sexy. And like, you know, everybody wants a sexy answer. But honestly, I feel like barbers don't move a lot. Like, you guys are in a place for stagnant, and then you guys go home, and then you got like, I can't assume your lifestyle, but I'm predicting that you go from this spot and then you go throughout your day, which might be going home and just hanging out and just chilling on the couch. You know, you're tired, right? But you didn't really move much. So I would say increase your general movement capacity. So whether that's doing more stuff around the house or going for a walk after a long day on your feet, that would be good. I'd also suggest, since your calves are so engaged in the standing, is mobilizing your calves with a foam roller and stretching them out. But walking usually circulates blood into the calves. So if you do walking, you get a lot more out of that. And it's a good de-stressor too, after a long day of talking with people. You know, because that's stressful. You know, massage your back out a little bit, crack your back on a roller, and then lift some freaking weights, man. Like,
something.
Y'all need to pick up a weight every now and then. Like, I would say everybody needs to do that, because not just to look better, but
to feel better too.
To feel better. Like, bro, we you know,
like overall health.
Because dude, I can't tell you how many days, like how many times like I'd get home from work, I tell my girlfriend like, my fucking feet hurt. My ankles get swollen from time to time. And like, what is that? Because I'm sure that happens to barbers all the time. Like, why do you think that is?
It's just you're stagnant, bro. And you know, and that's why I bring up moving more, is because when we move, a lot of stuff happens. Like, our body pumps blood and it circulates fluid, and it you know, we're circulating blood, like all of these positive chemicals through our body when we walk. You know, we just got to create more movement so things can push, and you know, muscles can contract and can push out all that fluid and stuff like that. But I can't really say too much about the fluid, because it could be a medical condition. Some people do have like lymphedema, and some people do have other like more extreme conditions.
So you don't want to like
blood clot.
So in blood clot, general sense, you know, like I would say in a general sense, just moving a little bit more. It doesn't have to be like, you know, you don't have to go do a high intensity program right off the bat. You know, you don't have to go and even lift weights, but you know, you got to do something that is going to stimulate movement, because that's how we end up in nursery homes, because we don't move.
Something's better than nothing.
Something's always better than nothing.
You're not wrong. Like, so and this leads me to my next question, because a lot of barbers even ask me, how often do you see Lucas? I'm like, honestly, like once a month, maybe twice a month at most. Like, you don't need to go every week. I mean, you can, I guess I can, right? Yeah, you can. But I mean, barbers are just busy as it is. So how often should barbers be getting work done?
You know, I get that question all the time. And I'm at a point now where it's like, you come when you need me, you know, come when you need me. If I were to if as a general statement, I'm like, 2 to 4 weeks, but
it's a good like median.
It's a good like median, yeah, but like it's really dependent on your budget and scheduling. And massage therapy is one of those things where it's like you can do it on your own. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can use a foam roller. You don't really need to come see a massage therapist all the time, but you know, it is good.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with clients. You can cut your hair at home.
Yeah, but, exactly. You know,
but you come to a barber because you don't want to do that. I don't want to fuck come on
here. It's all about the experience as well.
I just don't want people relying on me. Like if you want to actively come to see me, that's fine. That's different than me telling you need to come 3 times a week for this. Like that's what bad practitioners do, and I don't want to be known for that. Like that's why chiro has like a negative rap, because a lot of chiropractors are like, oh yeah, let me book you. I need to book you for 3 times a week for 30 weeks, and they just want their money. And I don't want to be known for just money.
Like you want to actually be, you actually want to help people when it comes to. I want to bring.
I actually want to be making effective change, and that's different than them being okay with like, hey, I want to massage every week because I like it.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I mean, one thing I can say is like my experience from getting massage, like my feet feel great. Like I'll get my calves, my feet are the number one thing that I get massaged on the often. Because I'm always standing and my feet constantly fucking bug me, bro. Like especially my calves. But since I've been getting massage, I don't have as much pain, if I'm being honest with you. Because you have to you take care of your clippers, but you also gotta take care of your body too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
You know. But hey, man, I want to put the spotlight on Evender because I feel like he's over here hiding.
I know. He's looking at me. I'm just saying. I'm gonna freaking reach over this mic.
So like, okay, so I have a few questions that I guess I never asked you. I've known you for since high school, both of you.
Yeah.
But now that you're doing HVAC, like, what is like the biggest lie people believe about like HVAC? Like what is one thing you can like shed light on what you do?
I say like they think it's easy and you're gonna get it easy by getting a job quick, but you also do have to put in the work. I feel like some people, they graduate and they just stop, like you just got to keep doing it. Like you got to, maybe go door to door and offer your services. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Like you just got to keep working on your craft,
Yeah. That goes back to what Lucas was saying. Like you can't just like, oh, well, I do HVAC. Okay. Well,
like what can you help with HVAC?
What value can you bring? What problem can you solve?
Like
what else?
Yeah, like you can bring solutions like maintenance, servicing, and making sure their system is clean and
like
make sure
for anybody
right.
starting HVAC or like going off on their job or starting their own business. Like, what is one thing you can say that you've done when you walk up to people and say, "Oh, hey, by the way, I do this."
Don't expect calls like right away. They're gonna gradually increase and. Some weeks are going to be, spot on. Some weeks are going to be a little off, like every other month is going to be on or not on, but like you just got to keep your face known and just tell people what you could offer. And even if you're at the grocery store, just like anywhere, like Target, Walmart, like Home Depot, just offer them what you could do for their unit or for whatever problem they have, give them an answer, do with what you can with your best of your ability.
Right. Because like, I firmly believe that, if you're going to focus on trying to make money off people in the beginning, that it's going to be very hard. Like my thing is like, if you focus on the service first mentality and give out like a lot of free shit, and then the money will take care of itself later. Right. Like somehow, some way, the universe will return. Like that client that you gave a free service to can refer you to somebody else, and then you can refer to somebody else, and then boom, you have a whole book out schedule. Yeah. Just because of that one client you gave that free service to. That's why I told barbers all the time: if you're not busy, give out free hair because people love free shit, bro.
Yeah, and it keeps you working on your craft,
especially if you're early, bro.
People love free shit. Like I love free shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm never gonna turn down
free 99, baby.
Shoot. You know what I'm saying? But and then like I guess now like my next question is like going into like the bodybuilding and all that stuff, because how we were saying earlier that I mean I couldn't do it. That one, because I guess I can say I really that's not my thing. But what would you still compete if there were no trophies? Like is it the grind that you actually like or like what is it about bodybuilding that's like that calls you?
I felt like if I was gonna have to be healthy the rest of my life because of my medical condition, I might as well take it to the next level.
You said medical condition. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my blood clot I had like 4 years ago, and ever since then, I have like had surgery. I have 2 stents on my left leg. I got to take blood thinners for life.
Okay.
So with that being said, if I'm being healthy, I was healthy and I was working out, but I knew I wanted to take it to the next level and to display what you could do, and especially like I have my nephews looking up to me, and I told everybody. I mean, it was all like, for me, if I'm gonna tell somebody something, I'm gonna do it. I don't really go out there to tell them anything. I don't go out there telling anybody anything and then not doing it. And
so you live it before you even
say
anything.
And I was kind of keeping it under wraps for a long time. Like, I didn't want anybody knowing what I was actually doing. I just wanted to serve it like on a platter, like boom, I did this, and it was more like a mentality of like telling everybody I'm doing something and actually doing it.
Right.
And for me, I love the fact that I could look a certain way, but the whole thing on that is like feeling tired. I just genuinely love bodybuilding and like the whole posing aspect, and
like it, because I see in the gym, bro, you be popping out the poses.
I still do it. Like, even if I got a little tummy, I'm gonna still be rumming, Shoot.
I've seen you do the poses in the gym and stuff like that, and a lot of people are scared of looking cringe. How do you go about like not giving a fuck? Because a lot of people have that issue.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, like, and you get, like, I even heard people, like, complain to me about, like, I hate when Joe Schmo freaking takes his shirt off and he's showing his ass. Like, I don't know why he's doing that.
For me, I just know it's like it's something I really love doing, and sometimes, like, people need help with posing as well, and if they see that you're doing it, they probably reach out for help.
That's awesome.
And I've helped a few people out. I just genuinely love it. But the way with the embarrassment thing, I don't really feel embarrassed. It's just something that is what I'm known for, and what I've been known for the past 4 years.
It's like you're just yourself.
Yeah, and I've gone to posing seminars, and I've learned a few things from a few pro athletes, and I've taken that information and brought it with me, and I still practice it to this day, because you don't want to just be not posing and then you start posing, then it feels like a chore. Right. Like, I don't really feel like it's a chore for me. It's just something that I really take interest in.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm rambling on about the nursing part.
I this is what we're here for.
Yeah.
Bro. I want to know your perspective on things.
That's
part of the perspective, and so be it.
I just love it. It's like something that is always gonna be with me. And
because my thing is like, I want to start vlogging, but I'm so like nervous of like oh, I have this big old camera around me, and I'm constantly thinking about what people think about me and the XYZ. So when you pose, it kind of makes me think like, look, if Evender could fucking pose and not give a fuck about the person next to him, thinking like, oh, why is he doing that? Then I shouldn't care about. Why people are thinking like, well, why is he vlogging? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to carry that mentality, that fuck it.
Yeah.
That's why I like you, because you really do carry that.
Yeah.
Like, you're really like,
you're very unapologetically yourself.
Yeah. You're very, that's
you got to be yourself at the end of the day. And but it's cool to be posing and have a camera out, but make sure you're not having anybody else in the frame, and respecting other people's privacy, like gym etiquette. And I mean, you could have your shirt.
Happens though sometimes. Yeah, man. I see that shit on like, what's that guy's name? The Joey Swole guy.
Joey Swole, yeah.
He's always calling out things like that. Yeah, like, it's not it's a public. It's like, I don't know. Just be courteous. Like, don't be a pervert either. Like, you get a weirdo in there sometimes. Yeah, that shit. But
for me, it's like you just got to get your posing in, and then
just do it,
and like kind of not hurrying up, but just having respect for the people that go to the gym, like, or you could have like another area,
right?
Or depending on the time of the day of the gym, if the gym is kind of, not packed, or some of like most of the people's workouts, you understand they have like they have leg day, they're using the machine over there for a cool X amount of time. Then that gives you at least like 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't take that long to pose. It only takes like 30 to 40 seconds.
If that.
Yeah. So you just gotta, for me, I just hurry up and
just do it.
And sometimes if I look at the film and I'm looking, I need to put my arm a little more up, then I will. Sometimes like my posing isn't always perfect, but like I said, you just gotta keep practicing at your craft. The things that you love doing, just do them. Just do no matter what people say, like yeah, no, like whatever, it doesn't matter. Just keep doing what you want to do.
So like with all that being said, like that's honestly a cool perspective, because not a lot of people have that mentality where like, oh, I love this, I'm gonna do it regardless of what people think about me. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't have that mentality, you know. So this leads me to my next question is like, and this is for all of us, like, what do most people get wrong about building something real, like body, business, or brand? Like, what is like the biggest misconception that people think like, oh, Lucas has to have it all figured out, blah blah.
There's like, I feel like people think that you're born with something. I think people assume that you have it because you have it and you just got it like that, and you know. No. But I don't think people look at the nights, the long nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices that go into it, the books that you have to read, the learning, and like the low days, the slow days, the days where you're not getting bookings and you want to quit, or you're scared that you're not going to make rent, or like
is that pressure.
Those are the days. Those are the days. I feel like those are easy to get overlooked. Yeah, it's like, oh well, look at him, he has this spot right here. You know what I mean? Or Paco has his barbershop. He has to have it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, fuck no, bro. You don't even know.
No, it's not easy. And hey, pimping ain't easy. Play
as fuck up.
Yeah, play as fuck up, man.
And that leads me to my next thing. Like, I'm gonna put myself in the hot seat. Like a lot of people think that I have a barbershop, I charge 75, I charge this, whatever, I have it all figured out. I don't. If I'm being honest with you, the beginning stages of opening up the shop was probably the hardest thing I ever had to do. I literally had $0 in my bank account. Just because I was buying this, getting this for the shop and this, and I'm good now, but like the beginning was fucking hard.
It's always a struggle in the beginning.
It was hard because not only did I go through the whole hardship of not having money, I had money coming in, but all that money went to paying the loan and all the other stuff. But then I also had the emotional stuff too that happened, with barbers, you know, with barbers coming and going, and them, you know, having their own agenda against whatever the XYZ, you know, that was a whole emotional thing too. Like that right there was probably one of the hardest times of my career. Was last year in November. 2024 was one of the. I never said anything because I go through it on my own.
You just do what you gotta do.
You gotta have your big boy pants on.
Yeah, at that point you gotta just put your
big pants on. That goes full circle to what we were saying earlier. Yeah. I asked for this.
Yeah, exactly. That is what I wanted.
I asked for this. Yeah. And then as I got more and more into the shop and, you know, leadership, I had to put myself on with the leadership too, where I had to start telling myself, like, look, people are gonna start looking at you differently because now you're the owner. Like, back then when I was working with barbers, it was different because they weren't paying me anything, or they weren't like watching their back because of me. Now that I'm an owner, it's a whole different ball field. Leadership is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
leadership is nuts, bro. So yeah, no, I had to go through it, and I really had to take accountability, and I didn't know what accountability was.
Yeah, accountability is never fun sometimes, because then you have to look at some ugly sides of yourself that you might not want to acknowledge.
So like one of the things that I had to realize was the people that I hired and what they had going on, I chose to ignore the red flags. I chose to overlook whatever they had going on, whether I knew it or not. I chose them. It was my fault.
Yeah,
it was my thing. I fucked up and thinking they were this person that I thought they were, but they weren't.
Yeah, you didn't know that circle was gonna turn red. You know,
no, I knew. Well, you kind of did, but it's like you're kind of like, you're trying to figure shit out. I feel like at that time too, where it's like, I just got to get shit going. And that's, you know, you learn from that stuff.
I was hopeful. I was very hopeful. I wasn't cutting corners, but I was making accommodations for these people.
Yeah.
I gave out opportunities, and I didn't know what was to come of me breaking my back over those over making accommodations. Like, I had to learn the hard way, bro. Leadership is not for the weak, bro.
No, it's not. No.
Like, leadership is not for the weak, you know. So that's just me being in the hot seat. Like, is there anything like you guys have ever wanted to ask me? Like, because I mean, again, we've been on this journey together. If you guys don't know it by now, like, we've been on this journey for fucking since 2020.
Yeah,
it's been a few years now.
You know, you know, and then add to that, you know, like, have you ever wanted to ask me something.
Yeah, I guess like what practices are you taking now to make sure that you are staying on top of being an effective leader? I guess I can start there. Like, what do you do to make sure like you are doing what you need to do?
That's a good question. So now is one, accountability. Everything is my fault. If I don't have a conversation right then and there with an employee or a barber, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
I have to do it right then and there. There's no if it's gonna get bad if I don't address this now.
No.
I've had moments where I would put the conversation off because I didn't want to have these uncomfortable conversations, and it got real bad for me real fucking quick. Yeah. So the communication is key to be on top of these things, because if there's no communication, then there's nothing.
There's nothing for sure.
You know, I really had to look myself in the mirror and like, look, Pac, like things are ugly right now, but you asked for this. Nobody told you to do this. You want this, go get it. But just know that you have to make accommodations for yourself along the way to make things more smoothly for you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of that I hope answers that question.
No, it does. Yeah, no, man. I think leading by front too. You know, I think you do a good job at that. Like, you know, showing like, cause I feel like barbering isn't really like how you make it like the business side of it. You know what I mean? I feel like you know, it's like you become a barber, you go to work for a shop, and then, you know, that's it. You got your stuff going with your podcast and like your content, which is crazy. You know, you put a lot of effort into what you're doing outside of just the craft of cutting hair. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just wanted to say that.
No, yeah, it feels good to be acknowledged, because I mean that's everybody wants to be seen. It's cool to know that, you know, you guys are watching and you guys think it's cool and stuff like that. And like, if there's anything I can do to help with marketing and stuff like that, I would love to help. Yeah. And that's just not for you guys. Like, that goes to anybody watching this or hearing this. Like, wherever you can, if you have any questions, like, feel free to ask. I one of the things I learned, especially now that I'm in the leadership season, is it's always no if you don't ask.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, now I remember. So I was like, that's what you do to set yourself apart as a leader, though, is because you're leading the front. I feel like real leaders, they're going to be the one in the front of the line, and they're going to be the ones actively doing the task that needs to be done. Yeah. You know, a bad leader is the one that's in the back who's like, oh, I do this, and that they don't.
Yeah.
It's like a bad manager.
Yeah, bad manager. The guy in the back, like, you know, making everybody else do all that. You know what I mean?
Well, help them out, you know?
Yeah, like you're taking control and ownership of your barbershop. You're not expecting the barbers in your barbershop to take it for you.
No,
you know
dude,
what I mean? So
I recently had a meeting with my barbers, and I made it clear that if there's something they have to say it, because if not, things will get bad.
They get bad, yeah,
real quick.
Communication is important in a place like this.
You know, and I genuinely believe that's where barbers lack, is communication. If I'm being honest with you, a lot of barbers don't like to take accountability for themselves. They like to blame the shop. They like to blame the location. Oh, I'm not getting new clients because of this. It's why XYZ. Like, barbers think that if they go to a shop and they're there all day, 10 walk-ins are gonna walk in. Oh, for me? No, that's not how that works.
Nah,
that's not how this works. You know, so
be hungry.
Be hungry.
But that's cool that I was able to be in the hot seat. Like, it really does. Like, I really think that if I'm being honest, like, barbers aren't broke, they're just invisible, bro. Like they need to do more online, especially in this digital age, bro.
Do a lot of postings,
you know. So that was cool. So like, this leading into my next thing, and this was like a really quick one, real fun. Like, I've never done this before in this podcast. So for all of us, like, what is one quote that you guys live by?
Oh man, fuck. No, I'm just kidding. No, for sure. No, that's one quote for sure I definitely live by is "This too shall pass." It's definitely something I kind of keep with me, because like everything's always changing, and how I feel right now is not how I'm going to feel tomorrow, and I'm always changing. And you know, like, whenever I'm going through something shitty, I'm like, when it'll probably be gone tomorrow, hopefully, you know. Yeah, so it'll eventually pass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like, you know, we go through hardships; those will pass. But then, like, even when you're happy and you're on the top of the world, just like knowing like, hey, this is gonna pass too.
Yeah, you gotta be humble.
Like to add to that, for me, when something bad is happening, I attached a 72-hour time frame for that.
Yeah,
72 hours is how long something bad for it to pass. It's about, I mean, think about it. 3 days is like a solid amount of time for it to like simmer.
I should be changing now.
Yeah, you know. So my next question, what about you? I before I move on, I don't want to single you out.
No, you're good. I feel like for me,
what's one quote that you live by?
It's like flow with the wind, not against it. And sometimes like you feel like you're losing, but you might win the war. You know.
I love that. I love that. Hey, that's cool. I love that. That's a good one, man. I'm gonna put that on my shirt.
Yeah, you try to go against the wind, man. You start fucking up.
Yeah,
but you also gotta remember too, bro. The higher you climb, the harder the wind blows.
Yep,
that's true.
You gotta know how to climb up the mountain and fall too.
Okay, so question number 2 is one belief you had to kill to grow.
That I can learn. You're not born with abilities. You can learn anything.
Yeah, it's just
like I had a closed mindset. I had to learn how to transition it into an open mindset. That's one thing I had to kill. I had to kill that. You're not just born smart. You're not just born with the ability to do math. You're not just born with the ability to, like
you have to work at it.
We gotta work at it, and then you get it. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah, you gotta kill it.
Yeah. Like you said, you worded it very good.
You stole mine.
Yeah, no. Like, no, I'm not mad at that.
It's okay if you're mad.
I feel like for me, like you said, I did have to kill my old self, and what my old self was afraid of doing, it was going after it and getting myself into uncomfortable situations and putting myself through school.
That's honestly where you grow, though, is with the uncomfortable. Whenever you feel very uncomfortable, very like those
are the moments.
Those are the moments that define you, bro. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
moments, but they're hard.
And look at me now, like I'm over here working HVAC and having my own business. I was like, that's something that I didn't think I was gonna have when I was 17 or 18.
Well, look at you now, bro. You're literally on the bridge of gapping whatever you were trying to get to.
Yeah.
You're literally right at that fucking moment where you're gonna walk that motherfucker and you're gonna be like, yep, this is me. This is Evender.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, so this was a cool podcast. I said before, I'm not really one to do a double feature like this, but I really wanted to get both of you guys on because I've seen both of you guys grow, and I'm right there with you guys, and it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? It's been 7 years, but 5 years on this journey together, and I genuinely want to continue that. If I'm being honest with you, But the final word, if you're still listening, that means you feel the same too. The need to grow, the need to build, the need to become something. We're not here because we had it easy. We're here because we didn't stop, and neither should you. Okay.
Hey, don't stop. Get it.
Get it.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're still breathing, you're still building. And if you're still building, that just means you're built for more. See you guys on the next one.
Yeah, have a blessed day.
Bye.
Hit that record button for me right there, big boy.
Which one? This one?